a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. My baby goes that night and stays till the morning comes.
All right, gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Oh, look at him go with his DJ voice. Yee-hee.
Well, you know, I know I'm either gonna get made fun of for not making a good intro, or I'm gonna get made fun of for DJing the intro. So either way, I'm just screwed.
Made fun of. Just
You could make. Well, we would make fun of you exactly just for not talking and being there.
That's true. I'm used to it. So we're back in familiar territory, gentlemen.
I smell blueberries.
I smell blueberries.
I think I'm jumping the gun, but
that's okay.
I do smell blueberries.
Yes, it's my new aftershave.
Oh,
a familiar
sweet.
place and a familiar voice. Who do we have with us, Tex-Mex?
We have Sir Brian. I knighted you, so you're now Sir
Oh,
Brian.
why? Thank you.
Wow.
Sir Brian.
Does that mean I have to talk in an English accent the rest of the
No,
time?
no.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
He knighted you in the Hispanic way.
Instead of using a sword,
right.
I used my penis.
Oh, you know what? That's much more personal. See,
It was a little early to start that conversation, but I was trying to politely.
I'm glad you said early after that.
You know
that
what,
comment.
Tex-Mex? I love you too, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We're back at Four Day Ray. Like that's our second home.
We're back. Yeah, we're back at one of our hangouts.
I've been frequenting, I guess you can say that, FDR more often on my off time than I have.
I notice you seek it out too. When
I do.
When we go out anywhere, the first thing you say is what you got from FDR. Like literally, I'm not just trying to pump you up, but literally
Thanks, guys.
that's his first go-to.
I don't want to say
Track jumper.
It got track jumper, Laplander. I just tried the Mexiana. It was fucking awesome. But it's like I've gotten to a point where I went through a phase where, and this was just recently. I got back from Texas a couple months ago, and it got to the point that I kind of lost the flavoring or my taste buds for certain beers because things just started running together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like trying to try new things, and I'm like, I don't see it, like I don't feel it, and I think it's because I was drinking so much of my usual stuff that I like.
Corona.
And no, because Corona's just a go-to when I barbecue or when I'm playing games.
It was a lot of whiskey,
or
actually.
watching.
Dude, from his Facebook post, he was drinking a lot of whiskey.
Oh my God,
tequila and thing. He was a lot of liquor out in Texas.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah,
you gotta
it's just bad. But yeah, like flavors started running together, and shit wasn't just like sounding good.
Yeah.
So I had to take a break, which is why I brought my water with me. But I've been drinking a lot of water on my off time.
Yeah.
And then just trying to reserve our podcast shows for the actual beers, because I've noticed that as I've done that, like last night we did Rock the Junction, my flavors and my sensories were just kind of re-energized and rejuvenated.
He cleansed his palate.
I did. It took me a while because I was drinking so much. It's bad to say, but
He had the DTs.
Holy shit!
He had to run through a little.
I had the sweats. I had
We've
everything.
all been there.
Headaches. Yep.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've had to take a dry minute and regroup.
It was
and
weird
come
because
back.
when I was like back in the day when I was like with the band and shit, I would drink vodka like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it was like it was stupid.
Yeah,
like
but
it was fucking
vodka doesn't have any flavor.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but I can drink probably even just 8 years ago. I could still down a bottle of vodka on a Friday night without a problem.
Yeah, and then 40 happened.
And then go back out Saturday and
that must
do
be it, man.
Maybe not a whole bottle, but I could take down at least a bottle and a half of vodka a weekend. Still, but yeah, well, it slowed down about 7 years ago.
Well,
which wasn't when I hit 40. It was when I hit about mid 30s.
Well, I would say
after a couple
up until
extra
about
years of moving back here and hanging out with him. I couldn't do it anymore. I was done.
Up until about 4 years ago, I used to go to a bar that no longer exists in town and have anywhere from 6 to 9 34-ounce Miller Lights every single night I was in there. And I would just drink them down like it was nothing. Did not even think twice about it. Yeah, I would not even attempt that now.
Oh, boy.
I don't even think I think they were 60.
A lot of
I
beer,
thought the
even
big boys
at
were
that-
64
at that
ounces.
ABV.
No, they're 34s.
34s.
The big one,
okay.
they're 34s.
Yeah. But yeah, we drink all night. I mean, yeah. It's
all
can't really do
freaking
it now.
night.
So I'm kind of just trying to get back to it. Like I wanted to be back where it was nice and fresh. So I'm trying to.
Yeah, you want it to be flavorful.
Yeah,
and
because when
enjoyable.
I go to Texas, like those guys, they'll buy like the shit, Dos Equis or whatever, or Coronas, by the 10 cases, like the pallets full, and we'll go through that a night. And then I'll find myself being the only one who's still sober because I'm drinking nothing but this fucking piss water. And
Right.
I still drink at home, but still. And then I'm like, damn, like either it's a tolerance build or the liver's just fucking gone and doesn't really.
No, if the liver were gone, you would actually be drunker.
Yep. Really?
Easier, quicker. Yeah, because it can't. Yeah, can't process
It must be this
anything
new
out.
liver.
You'd be
then.
drunker
I got
for
this one
longer.
a couple of years ago.
Oh,
that's
nice.
From
Yep.
That's why I went
From
to Texas.
Down in
That's why I
Texas,
went to
right?
Texas.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I don't want to
Real
say how
close to
close to the
Mexico.
border I was, but I'm saying
Here's a case of beer. We're gonna cut you in about 20 minutes.
done.
But now that we've switched to the craft world, I enjoy sipping my beer and I don't just chug it down either. That's the big difference.
That's what I have found as well. You know,
Yes.
because when we were Rock the Junction, like I found the flavor back, and so I started downing beers, and I was like, that's why I didn't go out with you guys later that night because I like shit hit me hard, and I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Did we go out afterwards?
Really?
That's when you inducted Clark.
Oh, we
Really?
inducted Clark into the worst brewery in Indiana.
Yeah.
that
Yeah, we
happened.
can't say that one.
I won't say it on the air.
Yeah, don't do that.
We'll tell you
We'll talk
later.
to Brian after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was not FDR, by the way, listeners.
Yeah,
It by far was not FDR.
Oh, that's
No.
good to know.
But on the way here, kind of keeping it with like being sterile to certain things, I got mad because I was listening to the radio and I never realized until just this fucking 10, 15 minutes ago when I got here, on my way here, that I cannot stand a Kiss song on the radio.
Whoa.
Like I really I cannot just listen to it.
This conversation took such a weird turn just out of nowhere.
The Kiss in the band?
band,
Kiss? Good. I can't stand any of their freaking songs.
I
They're
used to,
horrible, Brian. Where do you stand?
You know, I never saw them live, so I could probably get, I could get on board with something like that. I don't listen to a radio station that plays Kiss on the radio,
Okay.
so I don't have an
Is it-
opinion either way. But I would have to imagine if I would know what a song by Kiss was, which I can't really think of one right now. Off the top
Detroit
of-
Rock
See.
City,
No, I don't know
Rock
what
and
that
Roll
is.
All Night.
Right.
Rock and Roll
Yeah,
Night. Okay,
everybody
I know
knows
that
that
one. Yeah.
What do
I
you
would be.
listen
That would
to?
be okay. I listen to TTS in the car
That sounds
exclusively.
TTS.
What is?
92.3.
I don't know that
Is
one.
that like indie tunes and soft jazz?
No.
It's actually actually I do know that one. But how do you get that around here? I barely get that in my car. I have to be
Really?
near the airport
No way.
What
to
is
get
the
92.3.
station?
92.3 WTTS. It's
it's rather
adult
eclectic.
alternative. They play 60s all the way through today. I mean,
It's very
Oh, okay.
eclectic alternative stuff.
yeah, they'll
Yeah.
play
Okay. I can respect that.
Yeah, like
I don't mind
Nathaniel
it.
Ratliff and the Night Sweats. They play.
Yeah, but he's
stuff
brand
like
new.
that. Yeah,
He's
he
also-
is brand new.
He's new, but his sound is freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I'm mad.
it's-
I
went
was
to that
looking-
concert,
Did you go to
dude.
the concert on
Oh,
the
it was
first?
amazing.
I just realized it was on the first, and I'm like, because I just listened to the whole album yesterday.
Oh, and they had the record company open up, which was they killed it.
It's like a mix between. If you haven't heard it, you.
No, I actually I
Son of
saw
a
that on the
bitch.
concert list, and I'm like, who the fuck is that guy?
Well, you've heard a couple of songs, like "Son of a Bitch" was on a
That
few
was on,
things, and
yep.
then there's a new one out. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called right now. I just listened to the whole album. It's really good,
The whole
but it's like a
album's
weird
amazing.
mix of old school.
They came from Denver.
Yeah, but it's old school, like Blues Brothers style kind of music,
Oh,
but
okay.
also a little like Ray Charles and a little.
Yeah.
Who was the guy who did Brown Eyed Girl?
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison with like some Ray Charles band,
Yeah,
with like
it's
brass.
like
and
blues and
It's pretty awesome.
bluegrass
If you haven't
and
listened
folk
to it-
music all combined together.
if you
Actually, I
haven't
probably
listened
would
to
like
it,
that,
it is
yeah.
really. It's actually really good.
It
It sounds old timey.
It's awesome.
I'm more
but-
90s rock alternative hair band. That's
True. That's
Pretty
that
much
is
me.
you.
See, and I'm on Sirius Radio all day, so I'm like on Octane or
Yeah.
the 90s
Yep.
or
Oh,
something.
I like Octane,
So
yeah.
I'll listen.
I'm on the 90s. I do 90.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
90s
know.
on 9. I do
Why
that
do
one.
you hate the Kiss on the radio?
I don't know. I just like came to that conclusion right
How
now.
many
Like,
times did you see him live?
Once. And
Oh.
it was back when I was very impressionable. I was like 15 or so. I was the Hot in the Shade tour, and I saw them, and they were great live. It was a really cool experience. And since then, I would be able to listen to them on the radio and be like, all right, cool. Like, I wouldn't turn the station. Today, I just, for some reason, like, it hit me in a way that I just had to
Recovered
change it.
memory. Something bad happened at that concert.
No,
If
you know
it
what?
comes
Somebody
on, I'll
touched
listen
you
to
in
it.
a-
I've seen it a couple
you
times.
said
and
you were 15 in Impressionables. Who touched you wrong?
Their-
It's okay. It's
their
a safe
show-
space.
I will say though, their live show is probably one of the best out there.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's
the pyrotechnics
ridiculous.
and it's insane.
ridiculous. It's for
Yeah.
idiots jumping around in stupid costumes
I
and
know,
makeup.
but it's crazy.
It belongs
Hey,
at
I
the
saw them
carnival.
about 3 years ago, and they
it's
were
just marketing at its best.
It belongs
Let's
at the
just
state
all give them
fair.
credit.
like 4 years ago when they came with Aerosmith. That's when I saw them the last time, and I'm like, damn, these guys are still
Them
60 and
too.
swinging by freaking
Retire
by
already.
wires and shit. That's impressive to me.
Get off
Yeah.
Aerosmith.
Quit charging me $200
Gene
for a freaking
Simmons
ticket.
is not a small man now. I mean, let's just
None of them are.
no.
No, it was kind of like us up on stage, a bunch of beer guts hanging out, and
Yeah.
That's what I'm-
Yeah,
that's what I'm
you're like, hey,
saying.
I had to jump from 2 stories into these pants so that I could fit in.
Right,
It's like a sausage, right? Yeah.
Think about it.
Casing.
How much do you think Elvis would have been better? Elvis had his good days, and then he had his bad days. And
Yeah.
were the bad days really worth staying in the game that long? When you're in your big, fat sequin jumpsuit kind of thing. There's a point at which you got to just hang it up and retire. Especially don't keep charging me $200 for a freaking ticket when you're 65
you're just
years
bitter
old.
about the
and
ticket prices.
I am. I do get annoyed with that because I went to see when the Stones first did their first retirement
Well, there's your problem. I
in
can't
like
stand the
2000.
Stones.
In like 2000, yeah, but
I
worked-
like the Stones.
right. But my point being, but they started it. It was like the Eagles and the Stones started this whole. Hey, we're 50 years old and we're going to retire. This is our final farewell tour, and tickets were like $300 in Arizona,
Uh-huh.
and it was their farewell tour. And then they did another farewell tour, and then another farewell tour, and they're still not gone. So I'm pissed about the money from, like, it would have been, make it your farewell tour. Don't charge me $300 and then keep doing
Well,
another
they're not gone
concert.
because they're pre-preserved.
Well, that's
there's
true.
so many drugs there. They're going to live forever.
That's how Motley Crue was too. I went to see their final concert after I saw their final concert the year before
The year
that.
before, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like charging me, 10-ounce pour prices for a limited edition barrel age that you say is limited edition barrel age, and I come to find out you've got 40 freaking barrels back there, and that's not limited edition at that point.
No,
You see what I mean? That's just where my kind of bitterness comes in because
You are bitter.
I am.
I think we should try. I think we need to get on. Well, that was actually kind of a fun
I'm
topic.
frugal
But
too, Pat. So
Oh no, I'm horribly not frugal, but when I
Oh.
spend stuff, I want it to actually mean something.
All right,
If
makes
I'm
sense.
buying a last,
yeah, you want some good value.
I want value out of my stuff. I'll still
makes
spend
sense.
lots of money, but I like value.
I think we should try the beer in front of us.
I did.
Let's do that.
Should we move on to that? Okay.
Yeah.
We were getting into.
We don't
want to
get too more.
We are at the 4 Day Ray doing what we do. What do we got, Brian?
Yeah, so this is our blueberry blonde. It's the blonde base, so it's 4.8% alcohol, and you've got nice crisp finishing beer. So this is meant to be. This is not a shandy, so it's not overly sweet at all. It's still going to finish dry.
Smells like a shandy.
Damn.
It does. Yeah, the blueberry comes across nice. We do a touch of lemon in it just to help the
There it
blueberry.
is. That's why
Yeah,
I smell the
yeah,
shandy.
Yeah, there's a touch of lemon in there because blueberry can be kind of heavy. So you want it to finish snappy. I think this is. We were happy with the way this one came out.
This is like clean.
This
I mean,
This is
clean.
the coffee base.
the
Is
nose
this-
on this smells like blueberry pancakes.
Yes.
The taste on this is
Heaven.
it's not blueberries. Like there's
It's like blueberry lemonade.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just like wow.
But you can still taste beer.
It's
It's,
not-
not,
it's-
blueberry lemonade because
it's
you
not
can
bitter.
still
No, yeah.
taste the beer.
It's
It
not
is.
bitter, it's
yeah,
not
it's
sweet.
meant to be a beer. With all of our fruit stuff that we're doing, we obviously still want it to be a beer at the end of the day. We're going to be doing a grapefruit track jumper, and I actually have a little bit of that here. I can
Doing any shandies or rattlers?
No, damn, we don't. We're not shandy guys.
All right.
Sorry.
I like this. In the summer, I like a shandy and a rattler.
See, I'd prefer this. Like I like.
He also likes to wear pink scarves, and we don't hold that against him.
Right. There's that. Right.
That was delicious.
This is very surprising. I'm very intrigued.
I was hesitant.
by the flavor.
I've had one blueberry beer I've liked in my life, and it came from Wisconsin. So this one definitely actually blew that one away. So
Oh, nice. Thanks. You guys have Sea Dog? Have you ever had Sea Dog? Oh, don't worry about it. It's got this dog on there with a yellow like a
Oh
rain
no,
thing.
I've had that one.
Yeah. I had to literally throw the glass away that was in it because it was so.
Yeah,
It was-
we have had that.
I had to
think
blow it up.
We've had that. We had Sea Dog. Maybe you didn't. I've had it either up. I might have had it up north. I had it on one of the up north shows because that sounds very familiar.
Yep, you would remember it if you had it. I mean, it's.
Well, I've had quite a bit. It's hard
really
to
aggressive.
sometimes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I like it. It's good, but I'm not getting a blueberry taste.
Yeah, it's not. It's.
I get the blueberry aroma.
Yep.
But I get more lemon taste.
Yep.
It's not overpowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on? That's on.
It's
More
yeah.
over,
That's
okay.
that's where the lemon comes in to help clean it and make it snappy. Like the blueberry would just be really. It's actually, even though it's a light flavor, it does get kind of heavy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you,
yeah.
did you use an actual puree then?
The pure. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Syrup.
why it tastes good too, because it's natural. It's not a
Yeah, it's not
syrup.
a syrup or there's no extract there either. So
I can almost always tell when somebody brews with a syrup because it gets that nasty candy aftertaste to it every single time.
Oh yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
you get that shit.
You're like,
going
oh
inside your
man,
mouth.
can we
I'm
just
still-
ferment this out a little bit
I'm
more?
still trying to figure out the difference in peanut butter beers when they taste like bad Halloween candy and when they actually taste good. Because everybody says they're using powdered peanut butter, so there must be many different powdered peanut butters out there.
Oh, there are.
There are, and then there's also it depends on when they add it in too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some of them just taste like that nasty ass grandma Halloween candy, and some of them taste pretty good.
Never had one.
Nutter.
Not a
Brewlink's
Nutter-
nutter
Nutter
butter.
butter?
Nutter butter.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's nutter butter. It's nutter something or another.
Right.
But yeah,
Nutter
but their
something
peanut
or
butter
other.
one is really good. To the point where it. We were talking with them before on one of them. Their peanut butter is quite strong to the point where if you run anything after that, you need to flush your lines a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Because
Peanut butter, that's a strong flavor.
Yeah, it is. But so if you
It'd be
blow
like
if
having
you blow
root beer
a
in the
keg on
line.
that, if you blow a keg on that, you need to run a lot of stuff through and clean that
Yeah,
line.
yeah, you're not just popping on your next.
Everything
brew.
else is going to taste like peanut butter for the next 12, 15 glasses.
It might not be bad if it was like a milk stout.
Well, sure, yeah, you would
Right.
It'd be like
Pull a little bit of peanut butter
running it
flavor
through
to
a
it.
Randall.
Yep. Yeah,
It's
right.
like a
There you
Randall
go.
without a
But
Randall.
if you put like a lager or something on there, people are gonna be like, "Why does my
lager?
lager taste like peanut butter?"
Yeah, that's no good.
It's pretty nasty. No,
All right.
their beer is really good.
So
on
the
that
next one, this will just kind of cleanse the palate through. This is our Berliner Weiss. So you're going to smell the tartness in there. You got the wheat, and it's going to have a tartness in the front, and then it's going to finish dry, and then you're left with the wheat finish. Almost kind of like, a wheat cereal. It's really, really nice. And then as you drink more of it, the tartness in the front kind of subsides a little bit more, and then you just get this nice, clean. I mean, this is just great for the summertime, man.
This is my kind of world.
Yeah, it's only 4.5%. I mean, we'd make it a little bit lower in alcohol next time around, but yeah, we were happy with the way this came out.
It just came out, right?
Yeah, we released this in May. In the restaurant, we're actually serving it traditionally with the different fruit syrups.
There you go.
So we've got sour cherry, raspberry, and woodruff. And for those of you playing at home, woodruff is it's the way I describe the flavor is like an herbal cream soda.
Okay.
It's very interesting. It accentuates the malt character in the Berliner. It's interesting.
Well,
So-
you know me. I like the tarts and the sours
Yeah.
and things that leans toward the Flanders and the lambics.
Yep. Yeah, and
and
one
all
of the
those,
things
so
we
yeah,
had to
those are
tell the
great.
staff, it's like, hey, look, this is not a sour beer. Like, it's
No.
not a sour. It's just tart.
It's just got
Yeah,
tart.
it's just tart. So there's a difference. So
On
Yeah,
one of
people-
my adventures over here without the pigs, I actually had this from the tank. It was a
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Homeboy over here.
Then they had to throw him out. But it's the first time he's been let back in.
They caught him in the back.
Got him in the back.
Probably
What are
wasn't
you
supposed
doing?
to. I was alone. But,
Don't put your mouth on that.
He's the same guy who goes to the 7-Eleven.
He hears that a lot.
He's the same guy who goes
Yeah,
to the
that-
7-Eleven and sits underneath the slushy machine.
Done.
That's good. And
Can't take him nowhere.
I've actually had the Berliner, not here, but I've had the Berliner with the syrups before. And it's kind of fun. You mix and match a little bit, and you have to kind of decide how much syrup you want in there. And what happened that night that I was doing that at another location was I ended up just drinking a shitload because I never could quite get my...
Yeah, you couldn't get your mix
Had to
done.
keep
Yeah,
track.
so I just had to keep ordering them to keep trying it. And that's their ploy. You know, oh, well, it's up to you. Start low and just keep adding. So by the time you get to where you want to be, you've had 7.
No, that's their play with you.
No, yeah. I am the simple-minded folk.
they know you.
See, we try to help people out. We have a predetermined ration of the syrup that we think goes with the beer. So,
They
don't
don't
know.
just give them a giant.
we don't.
A pump bottle of
No.
syrup on the table.
Well,
It's not IHOP.
I happen to know the brewer at the place I was doing this at, so I literally did get a
Oh, that's pretty cool.
pump bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you want to say that, literally is what was sitting in front of me, and I just pumped whatever I wanted in there, and I ended up drinking. I probably drank 12 or 13 beers that night just sitting at the bar, trying different amounts here and there, and I had like 3 different glasses to try. It was fun.
yeah.
I was drunk as shit, but I had a lot of fun. It was just me and him sitting there too. So
And then you're like, at the end, you're like, "Where's my pancakes?" I feel like I should have pancakes.
now
That's
when he
awesome.
starts reaching in his man bag and bringing out
Holy crap, he does have a man
unlabeled
bag.
bottles, that's a little scary to me.
Well, see, this means that we don't even have it out yet. This will be out next week, I think. Yeah, next week.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is gonna be grapefruit track jumper.
Ooh, see, I think I'm gonna like that one.
I actually have found that grapefruit and beer works really well most of the time.
If you do it right,
It does,
yes.
yeah.
If you do it right.
Gotta do it right.
What's that mainstream one from up in Cleveland? They always put out a bunch of stuff. Can't remember the name
I
of it.
don't know.
But they put out a grapefruit beer. It was
We're
bad.
pretty
Project
sad. We think we
or,
should. You think we'd know better?
Clipper. They put out Clipper. They put out
Are you talking about Great Lakes?
no.
No.
They're up in Cleveland. I know that, and I can't remember the name of them.
Is it Project or
They
Provision? Wait,
They put out a
We
bunch.
don't hit a lot of Ohio beers though. So
No, I think they're probably an InBev company, but because they have a ton out.
you just admit you're just admitting you're
Cleveland?
Cleveland. I know they're from Cleveland. I can't. Shit.
Buckeye Brewing. No, there's a lot in Cleveland now, so that's gonna be a little hard to.
Well, there's one that
Um,
just got distributed here. It's by Craft Road. Craft Roads has picked it up. It starts with a P, and they have a little light bulb as their.
The Ella Fitzgerald. I think they make that too.
Oh, that's Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. Okay, it is
Yeah.
Great Lakes then. And
Okay.
they made a grapefruit one. It was.
I say Great
it was
Lakes
bad.
is yeah.
It's Cleveland.
Yeah, that is.
Is it
Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the grapefruit track jumper.
Oh snap! That's.
Well, see, these are the kind of things you
Now, I
throw out
don't-
in the summer.
I don't smell the grapefruit necessarily.
Yeah, if you swirl it around a little
you
bit,
do.
it's there. But
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I mean, it's definitely. There's a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
more. There's a citrus there anyway.
Citrusy,
on,
yeah.
on
you don't
the,
taste.
on
What
the
are you
grapefruit.
talking about? You don't taste that?
No, he said
I
he doesn't smell it. Oh yeah.
You don't smell it?
Oh, that's fucking phenomenal.
Are you retarded?
No, I tasted
Sorry.
it.
It's really refreshing, isn't it?
Oh, it's really
is there
good,
something
yeah.
broken in your brain? How do you not smell the
I
grapefruit
smell
in
like
there?
a citrus, but I don't smell like what I would call an actual grapefruit smell. I
Well,
smell a
so there-
citrus type
So,
smell.
so that's what happened. It's like umami, right? For smelling, right? When you've got like other citrus going on there,
Yeah.
along with the resin and the pine that already exists in the beer itself. So it just kind of messes with it.
Well,
It's kind of like the blood orange blonde. It's blood orange, but I think it comes across a lot like grapefruit in the nose of it, just the way it works with the citrus of the hops that are in there. But
Yeah.
you're gonna get some different flavors, and it's gonna
I definitely taste grapefruit on this,
Yeah.
and it's delicious. I
Thank
just
you.
don't get a big grapefruit nose off the front. I get like what I would assume would be a heavily citrus hopped beer, like a lot of citra in it.
Right.
That's what I smell.
Okay.
But what I taste is grapefruit.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
That's
so I
totally
can
good.
smell citra, but I taste grapefruit.
Yep.
I get 100% grapefruit juice from like
The nose.
TJs and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and it's like great because I think that's more powerful than like a triple espresso sometimes. And this is exactly what that freaking shot tastes like.
Oh, thanks.
Like seriously, like that. You freaking nailed that.
Thanks, man.
So is this?
Man.
Do you use pink grapefruits or are these like? White grapefruit?
It's the pink variety, like
Yeah,
the ruby
the
color.
sweeter. Yeah.
Yep.
Which there's a huge difference between a regular grapefruit and a pink grapefruit.
Oh,
that may be why you're not
absolutely.
getting as much of it because the citrus going to over.
Yeah.
The
I think
hops
the
are gonna
ruby
over,
are a little bit. It's not quite as bitter. It's a
Right.
little more sweet. That
Yes.
kind of thing.
and the nose is not as potent as a
white
regular.
grapefruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your hops, at least in your nose, are going to overpower that.
Yeah,
It
well,
is confusing to my to my nose because I smell the grapefruit, so it doesn't make me. It makes me feel like it's going to taste different, and it's a hop. It's an IPA, not my style, but it's still I know the hops are there, but it actually it does confuse my brain.
when you got the big old Have Nagila nose over here, man,
You still couldn't
sometimes
smell the
a
grapefruit.
lot of sensory going on in there.
There's too many other smells.
That's right.
Mabel,
I'm picking up
Brian.
smells from a mile away.
Nose of a fucking schnauzer in that motherfucker. Shit.
Yep.
Go find me some truffles.
Nice.
If I can't make fun of yourselves, then you're not allowed to make fun of anybody else. And
true.
That's
I
right.
love to make fun of other people. So
Yep. I'll make fun of myself all day long.
I dig that. Is this when did this come out?
Next week.
Next week. All right.
all right, I'll still be here next week. No, I gotta go to college for 2 days with my daughter. Shit.
Why?
She knows where she's going. It's
No,
literally an
for
hour.
orientation now, you have to go with your kids and you have to stay on campus for 2 days.
Oh wow.
Oh man, that's gonna be awful. That's gonna be a horrible flashback for you.
It's just like
What campus will you be attending?
Ball State.
Ball State.
Yeah,
Very cool.
he hasn't been back up there in how long?
I'm not sure I'm allowed.
Sends a restraining order.
We'll find out.
He's gonna have to go incognito.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're
About 20
it's been
some odd
20
years.
some odd years, dude.
No, about 20. I went up and partied after I got booted out of there.
Okay, I haven't been up there since you were living up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been.
So now we have a reason.
was
just
that
to go check up on her.
95?
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe fuck up some college kids.
94?
Because it won't embarrass my daughter at all if all the pigs just show up
Oh
on
no!
campus.
Yeah.
Oh no, we'll throw a campus rager, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
We're gonna be
just-
like old school.
Just pull up shop at Scotty's and just do a show. That'd be
There
sweet.
you go. We're just gonna call you up and we're like, hey Brian, we're gonna do a
All right.
show at Ball State.
Yeah, at the Herat, we can go to the Herat.
Nice.
See what
Jordan,
kind of
set it
what
up,
kind of
dude.
dusty bottles they have in their basement.
In the Herat. Oh yeah, we still haven't done a show there.
No.
Get Brendan to set that up. He
Yeah,
knows. He knows a
you
couple of the guys there.
Totally do a show up there.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'd be awesome.
We did a couple Muncie shows. Guardian, they're
Yeah.
good people, and then the New Corner's good people.
Yeah, but yeah, we still never did the Herat. Guardian's expanding out a lot.
There's probably 10 more breweries up there by now.
Probably.
No, actually, there's not. There are not. I've looked.
There's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that
just-
old
well.
Starbucks joke.
Yeah.
They opened a Starbucks in the bathroom of Starbucks, so now you've got. Hey, look, they're brewing a small batch in the back.
I shit you not. In Seattle, it literally. I thought it was just a joke. I went to Seattle several years ago for work, and I was downtown Seattle walking around, because it was pretty awesome. Just walking around downtown Seattle, and there's a Starbucks on the corner. And then I turned around, and 1 block away, there was another Starbucks. I shit you not. It really is true. I would not put it past them to put a Starbucks in their own bathroom.
Yep.
So you think it's just a joke. It is not. They
Starbucks
were
is a
everywhere.
confusing company because about 3 years ago they closed a whole bunch of Starbucks, and then they just started building them again everywhere. I'm like, you just closed 50 and now you open 60. I don't understand this concept. I don't get it.
Right.
The people
This
moved.
business model confuses me.
The people moved farther out into.
Yeah.
the
Well, they
suburbs.
went from one side of the street to the other,
Yeah.
so they had to compensate.
Just
Had
like
a
they did.
fresh-
Just like they did in Castleton. They literally moved
It's a refresh.
15 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously, like.
Well, have you ever gone to that drive-through when there was the old location?
It's
it
like
was
balls.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them suck.
My truck never would have made it through that drive-through.
Oh, it was
Yours either.
Yeah,
No.
it was built for a Yugo,
Yeah.
It
really.
was, yeah.
which,
Right.
by the way, I saw one of those
No shit.
on Thursday.
Was it for
My son
sale?
is really into cars, and literally we were fueling at this gas station. We were on a road trip to Mackinac Island, and I hear, and this thing rolls in. It's that burnt, like orange red color. I was
Nice.
like, son of a, that's a Yugo.
Nice.
And I was
Awesome.
Noah was. I thought
No
he was. He
shit.
was like, whoa. I mean, he had never ever seen one
No,
live.
no one really had.
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody had anymore.
I
I
know.
didn't
So
think you could
literally,
keep 'em
it was
running.
still running on the road.
What was the 90s movie that was all about the Yugos? They all got free Yugos. It was
Don't bring that up when I can't remember it now.
you know what
I
I'm
have
talking about.
no
It
idea.
had
Yeah,
Danny,
there was a weird-
Danny DeVito in it and somebody else. They
Is that
all
Get
won
Shorty?
free. So the whole town had nothing but Yugos.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was. It was actually
wasn't Get Shorty, was it?
No.
Did it have John Travolta in it?
no.
That
I
was
don't think
Get
so.
Shorty, I think.
It was John Travolta and then Bette Midler maybe.
Drowning Mona,
Drowning Mona.
Danny DeVito,
Oh, that's
and
awful.
Bette Midler,
Oh,
and
look
Jamie
who
Lee
called
Curtis.
that! Look at that.
What?
Check
Wow.
out the
He's
big,
still got some living brain cells in there.
I do.
check out the
Yeah.
big brains on Brad.
I said Danny DeVito and Bette Midler, which is sad that I would
Jamie
think
Lee
of a movie
Curtis.
with them in there.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
Hey,
Bette Midler.
there's
Okay,
nothing better
that's
than some Jamie Lee
great,
Curtis
right.
boobies.
Yeah.
Come on.
back in the day.
Trading Places.
Back in the
came
day.
out in what movie
Right.
first?
Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back,
When
in,
she
back
was
in the
played
day.
the hooker, yeah.
Yes.
Well, back in the day, they may not be bad now. Pat,
No,
why are
they-
you so
no.
judgmental?
We'll find out in
She likes-
October because she's coming back
I
for
don't think
Halloween.
she's doing a nude scene in
I
Halloween.
mean, Betty White's
Oh, is
96.
she
I
really?
wouldn't mind seeing
I
her
don't think.
boobs.
I don't think she's doing a nude scene in Halloween.
You never know.
Well, it's true.
What a way to go out.
What is she
with a
coming
bang.
back as the grandmother? Or
No, they
like what?
they're retconning
She
it.
is
They're
Jason
retconning
Voorhees.
it. It's- Did you hear they're going to retcon it though? She's no longer his brother. They're no longer brother and sister now.
She
apparently
was
in
never
this
his
one.
brother.
Well,
No, she was the
sorry.
babysitter, right?
No,
she was a
they
sister.
made her brother and sister at one point in one of the last movies, but now they're going to retcon it and wipe that clean.
Oh.
I don't
What
know.
is that,
It's
like
yeah.
reset button? You can't
Yes.
do that.
Yeah, you can.
The
It's-
Hollywood reset button.
Hollywood
That would be
reset.
like rewriting Star Wars, and Luke and Leia aren't brother and sister anymore. That's
Well, it
sorry.
didn't bother
I had
them.
to pull out. Well, right.
So did he. Once he found out.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't
Well, they
even-
did
I
it
don't-
with Transformers too. Now they're retroing Transformers back to the '80s cartoon. The new one coming out
Yes.
has Bumblebee as a Volkswagen and Starscream as
in
a
the
fighter
80s
jet.
in the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
the
I saw
Bumblebee's
that,
been
I'm
here
like-
the whole time.
I'm just one. It's like the Jurassic Park thing. I was telling my wife, why? Who's going to see this?
Apparently,
It's just-
everybody.
I guess, but
Yeah.
and then I said, well, okay. I guess I could put this in terms for myself. Like, I don't really care what they do with Star Wars. I'll go see it. But there's really good material there, and but like Jurassic Park, they're dinosaurs. It's the same movie every time.
It is going to be the same. I was watching something like, oh, it's going to be completely new. I'm like, no. So in the first series of 3, or the second one, the island was in danger and they were all loose, and then they brought one to the
mainland,
and
Yeah,
it went
guess what?
crazy. So now it's just not going to be the T-Rex going crazy. It's going to be the new
The hybrid.
one. Or it's like, so how is that different from the normal storylines we're used to hearing?
They're all the same.
Then don't get me started on
Moms are going to go see
We'll
Chris
avoid
Pratt,
Star Wars.
and the moms are going to take the kids because they just dig dinosaurs. That's
I understand it for the kids. I do.
Yeah.
I really do. But apparently globally, that movie's doing the shit already.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
already been
No, they've
released.
released it
Is
internationally.
everyone
Oh,
caught
yeah,
up
like-
with all the Star Wars movies yet?
Yes.
You've seen them all? Even
except
the
for-
latest
except
horror?
for-
Oh,
even the
I
latest
have-
horror?
I have not seen.
I have not seen Solo.
I have not seen Solo.
Come on. I mean, how bad is it really?
But
30 minutes in, I wanted to go.
But it's not
Are
a
you
Star
kidding?
Wars movie.
I didn't mind it.
I
It's
think
a
that-
story.
it's not even a
Did you
it's-
like Rogue One?
Yes.
Yes.
But here's my point. Rogue One was all characters. There were a few characters that we knew of and all that, but this was trying to put a backstory on someone we didn't need a backstory on. And then they did a horrible job on the backstory.
So
I thought
They have destroyed the
So
me-
are you going to send a personal email to Ron Howard
no,
and be like, dude,
no,
you suck?
no. I don't. I think it's everybody. I think it's Disney's fault.
Okay.
They are Disneyfying everything.
It's
That I'll
it's
admit.
bad. He should have been he's supposed to be a scoundrel with an occasional redeeming quality, and he's not.
Oh, in the movie
But
they
yeah,
didn't portray
Will-
him that
no,
way?
but Woody Harrelson's character is the guy that should have been Han,
Han.
but it's not. And then they also skip his entire childhood, which explains nothing as to why he's at where he's at now.
Yeah.
And why he thinks he's a good pilot and all that, because he just I can fly anything.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pretty much how he
There's
says it,
no
too.
reason as to where your attitude and cockiness comes from, you know?
Right.
And,
Yeah.
And then by the
It
point,
was rushed,
The
is
point,
what he's trying to
the
say.
point that he started, and I don't want to ruin it. Save your money, honestly.
I'm going to rent it.
Okay, there you
probably.
go. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Don't go to the theater and waste
No,
10, 15
I'm not
bucks.
going to.
I'll
I
code
really liked Rogue One, though. And then, okay,
I did
so
too. Rogue One was awesome.
So-
Rogue One was good.
But
Well-
the point at which I'm going to spoil one thing here. Han Solo started talking Wookiee.
Oh, that's bad.
Like he went, "Ah," and I'm like,
that part was gay.
Han Solo doesn't speak Wookiee. He just understands Wookiee, and and Chewie understands him.
Yeah.
But they made him speak Wookiee for like 3 minutes.
Oh, that's no good. So
And that was
was
about
it
the
as
point where I
bad as? Remember how bad the acting they said was?
It's not as
the
bad as-
prequel with the
no.
little kid,
It's not as bad as
It's not as bad as
Phantom
episode
Menace.
1, no.
the Phantom.
No.
Was it the Phantom Menace one?
Yes,
Yeah.
episode
Yeah,
1.
where it was the
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Right?
No, it's not.
Everybody was
It's,
like,
sucked
it's
balls
not as bad
altogether.
as that one. It's
It's
on
not as
par
bad as Last
of
Jedi.
Yeah, but the weird part is that where it is in the timeline will confuse you as well.
No.
You won't know where it is in the timeline until the last scene.
oh, interesting. Okay.
It's not where you think it is.
Well, we'll talk about that later because I disagree with that.
Oh no, it's not. Well, I mean, no. I mean, honestly, if you look at the rest of it, you'd think it's actually all
No, because there
Pre-sequel.
might be something you don't know.
prequel.
No,
Pre-prequel.
no,
But it's not.
pre-prequel.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
like,
offline.
Is that like being premature?
But Pat's used to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wouldn't phase him.
I'm talking to my girlfriends,
All right, so
Or boyfriends.
Rosie and Palm.
where
And her
are we
five
at,
sisters.
where are we at time-wise in
Nice.
this bad boy?
We're a half hour in.
Oh, okay, so we're about halfway, so it's about time to take our first break.
Okay.
Then we can come back and get some beer refills and start up again.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Sounds good.
All right, we're back.
I'm sure glad we didn't record that off-air stuff.
Yeah, nobody needs to know about you feeding your tapeworm.
Nope.
Dude, I'm way too fat to have a tapeworm.
Well, not if you fatten that guy up. He's like
No, man.
like an anaconda in there.
You know how much food I'd have to eat? Holy crap.
It'd be a
Oh,
lot.
sorry.
It'd be like Spot from the
there's-
Munsters. You just open it up every now and then. It just comes
Yeah.
out. Shit. Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by scenery.
Yeah, I did too. I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
No, you missed it, guys. It's too late.
Tall white shirt.
There you go, redhead.
Yep.
What was his name?
I don't know, but he's wearing a kilt and he's at the bar.
He's awesome.
Nice. Yep, EB definitely has red hair for sure.
Yes. Holy
Not
crap.
sure if the curtains match the
It's-
carpet though.
Oh, man.
We can find out.
Nah.
Call him over.
I do forget about, you come down here, you're in Fisher's. You really need to make a beer called MILF Stout. That we
That'd be hilarious.
I agree. That was not that bad, Brian.
Isn't that what we talked about at Rock the Junction?
It is. It's probably not too far off.
Stripper tears and stripper dust and MILF Stout.
Stripper
Yeah,
tears. That's pushing it, man.
That's an
Stripper
even worse.
tears,
That's even excellent, more excellent one.
Lost inhibitions. Poor choices.
We need to open a brew. Just all
Well,
horrible
wait,
beer
no.
names. Just sell it on the beer names alone.
I think it was with Brian, wasn't it? Like a year. Was it with you? Like a year or two
Yeah,
ago?
we were
talking
gonna do
about
a
the
segment
horrible
about
beer names.
horrible beer names,
And we
yeah.
were like, maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I think the MILF Stout that's tame enough.
Great name.
It's probably not. It's probably good.
I don't know about for your
I bet you
marketing
get a
people,
ton
but
of people. You get all the 40-something women to be like, well, I'm a MILF, so I'm ordering my own beer. I'm ordering my MILF Stout.
Mm-hmm.
my
I want
beer.
people to see me drinking it.
Exactly.
I'm a MILF.
Exactly. That's what you'd get. Then you get a couple of people. I'm so offended.
Get $1 off.
Can't
You're wearing
believe you
yoga
put that out
pants.
there.
So is it bitter and sour with?
bitter with just a hint of regret.
Yeah, right.
Their first sour beer on tap. Sour Stout.
Well, actually,
the MILF Stout.
Well, trying to think of like things to so what the MILF would stand for, other than what we think it would stand for. You could be like, it's a lambic and a Flanders, and we just make it really sour
Right.
and horrible, sour and bitter.
It's a mocha.
Induced lambic flounders.
Yes, there you go.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mocha infused lambic
Infused,
flounder.
that's better,
Lambic Flanders.
Flanders.
Yes,
Flounders. That makes a
that's our buddy.
little bit of fish
I
in
mean,
there.
we can have it written out on the beer menu so you can see exactly what it means.
The fish
but if
might
you
actually
wanna-
work.
It would work. I
Yeah,
guarantee it would.
Yeah, you're probably, yep.
The MILF Stout. Available only at 4 Day Ray.
I think Brian might call in or edit on this one.
Well, our whole theme is 3-day weekends. So if you're going to have an enjoyable 3-day weekend, just have a MILF Stout.
There you go. See? I
right.
guarantee it would work here. So many people would buy it.
Yeah,
You would get some hate mail. I mean, but you're
Probably.
that happens.
Yeah, you're going to have that. I mean, it's not any worse than the Laplander thing out on the back of the building there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that got him all sorts of shit.
I did.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so you guys told me. So today's Tuesday. So we
Right, I
have
did wanna bring that up.
we have the $4. You bring in your own mug and we'll fill it for $4.
Mine's technically illegal because it's larger. What's the ounces? that you're allowed to
It's
have?
up to 32.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't bring in the 64-ounce big gulp thing, and yeah, we're not going to do that. And it's consumption on premise only.
Yep.
So we have
You
that
can't
going
bring
on.
in a growler and get it for $4.
No, that's not going
Or
to
your,
happen.
I'm sorry, your
But
bullet.
you should just watch out for our occasional special.
Yeah.
We'll do $2 growler fills of particular beers.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so we had the black or diamond cracker. No, seriously, somebody came up and ordered it as black cracker. And the gentleman,
Talking about bad beer
Oxymoron.
names
That's an
again.
oxymoron.
He was
No,
a-
it's bad beer names again.
he was a black guy too. I'm like, hey, dude, you just called it black cracker. He's like, that's not the name of the beer. And I'm like, look at it again. He's like, oh, I'll have a diamond cracker. And I said, I'm offended. And he's like, well, so am I. And I said, cheers. It was fantastic.
Well, that would be like an alternate kind of name for. Oh no, keep going. Sorry, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it in a minute.
So anyway, the diamond cracker, to celebrate the first bit of summer here for Memorial Day, we did $2 growler fills of that
Nice.
on the Friday before
Wow.
Memorial Day
$2
weekend.
growler fills.
Yeah, $2 growler
64
fills.
ounces. Of,
64 ounces
for
of black
$2.
gold.
Wow.
Yeah. And then during the winter, it was our Christmas gift to everybody. We did $2 growler fills of Snow Shed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, keep out for that. And then on Tuesdays, we do a thing. It's called Tap for a Cause. It's every Tuesday.
That's what I wanted to
You
bring
don't
up.
have a flyer. You don't need to do anything. Just come in. We're giving to a charity that evening on beer sales and food sales.
Awesome.
And everything goes that night to we do 5% all month long. So it's not just one. So the whole Dine to Donates things, they're such a pain. So this month we're giving to Ascent 21. If you guys don't know those guys, they do some great work. There's sex trafficking going on here in Indiana. And they help locally people do that. And surprisingly or not surprisingly, Hamilton County is one of the main customers of this whole network of what goes on here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Yep. Because there's money up here and people can pay for it.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, so these are the people buying the
They're
other
buying
people? Or
the other people,
oh, okay.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
to
it was
come
like,
in and do whatever they do.
okay, I thought it was more like they were taking people from Hamilton County and shipping them off.
No.
Because I'm like, it's a whole lot easier to do that on border
Yeah,
states.
the trafficking is coming through here, and those individuals.
They're paying for the underagers.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's cheaper than going to the Philippines.
Okay. I am 42 years old. I am cheap. Wait.
Pat, this wasn't a public service announcement
shit.
to
I'm
sell
not
yourself.
No, certainly
No, I
not.
know. I understand.
But
I
yeah,
completely understand. That's
But
great.
look those
That's
guys
awesome.
up. So every
Okay.
Tuesday we're doing that. So when you come in and dine with us, you can feel free to add to your bill to give to the charity if you want to.
Awesome.
But we're giving back, and it's basically a no strings attached kind of thing because we really want to be an integral part of the community here and really do our part.
You're sitting in the nipple plate district, the nickel plate district. You know what happens after a half hour drinking.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, we love the charity. Most of these are all done for charities. Every brewery we know at least does their best to give back to a charity here and there. Everybody doing Rock the Junction. Most of the festivals are all charity based, and you guys just keep it going at least week in and week out.
Yeah,
and that's awesome.
Yeah,
You know, it's impressive to find out how much of that. I guess I still call it cybercrime going on here. I met the actual director for the cybercrime unit for the FBI here in Indianapolis, and I heard some freaking horror stories of shit that goes on.
Yeah, it's bad.
And that's how I knew that Hamilton County was bad with just people
I didn't
who are
realize
into
that.
some weird shit. Yeah,
That's awful.
Well, and then when you have major sporting events that go on here, like when the Super Bowl was here, that trafficking increases because there's people from out of town and there's business here for those people. So, I mean, it's just it's crazy to think about all the stuff that's going on, and these guys are on the front lines helping out.
That is
That's
creepy.
awesome.
That is creepy. I've never even thought about that in this neighborhood. It's I've been here in one way in Indiana one way or the other. At least I've been in Hamilton County since '93. And it's just weird. Yeah, didn't even think about that. This is where people. This is some of the people that can buy that stuff.
Yep.
It's just awful.
I've been here since around 75.
Jeez, man.
old fucker.
Old.
I know. I am.
Yep.
So let's talk about better things.
Okay.
So
No,
Vince,
no,
so
no,
Vince
that was
Vaughn
still
got
a good thing.
Vince Vaughn got a DUI.
Amateur.
Come on, man. Seriously, people still get DUIs. You don't know how to drink.
If you're rich, how you get a DUI? That's
No
just
shit.
retarded. If
Yeah,
you're rich,
you shouldn't
I
do
don't
that.
understand
Yeah,
that at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
I mean,
No.
aside from calling the cops sugar tits, you should be able to get out of that.
Yeah.
You
I
called the
mean,
cops sugar tits?
No, not even
No,
get
that
out of
was
it.
Mel Gibson
How
back
would
in
you
the day.
even? How would you even call an Uber? Call a cab? Call your buddy? You've
Rent a
got
limo.
anybody? You're
Buy the club and spend the night. Something.
Right.
You're famous. Someone will take you home.
Yep.
It's not like going to be somebody kidnapped Vince Vaughn. Nobody's kidnapping Vince Vaughn.
The motherfucker's 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if you have any kind of money, how do you get a DUI? That's just dumb.
Yeah.
And especially if you're famous and rich.
Well, when you've consumed too much, that's how.
I guess.
And you're
but
not thinking.
I didn't think.
I know, but
Celebrities
I've
even
been
drove.
I've been consuming a lot for years,
Mm-hmm.
and I make some dumb decisions, but not if I had that. If I was a star and famous, I'd be like, no, screw that. I'm going to keep somebody with me. And I'm going to keep a guy. You should be able to afford that.
Yep.
Now, the only thing, to his defense, that it was a checkpoint. So even if he had, drank over the legal limit and he was still collective in himself,
Yeah, they would.
0.08.
Yeah, they would have got him anyway.
Yeah,
Granted,
so-
but
It
maybe
didn't. It didn't hurt him.
Yeah,
Depends on
He
if he
paid
can-
off that judge like that. Done.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's going to do his community service, which will be nothing.
He's going to do a PSA for
he'll
the
do a
local
PSA
county and call it a day.
Oh,
something.
yeah.
They'll show it on a cable access network that nobody ever sees, and he's done.
4 in
Yep.
the morning, and yeah.
Yeah,
you might
for
need
sure.
some money, Brian. hire him to come here and promote the MILF Stout.
You know, he would be really good at that.
He would.
He would be totally good with that.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would.
Stripper tears. I think it'd be. Oh wait, stripper dust. That's
Stripper dust.
Stripper
I like
tears.
stripper tears.
It does sound.
It's
I
pretty good.
like it as a good beer name too.
So the other beer we have here, this is the Mexiana. So it's Mexico and Indiana put together.
Where's my glitter?
We only do glitter once a year. Anyway, I'll just bypass that question. So this is the Vienna lager. A lot of people make the traditional yellow Mexican lager. Yep. You know, a little bit of history about Mexico. The Spaniards obviously conquered Mexico, and their brewing practices came from the Germans. So Mexican beer is really German.
Yes.
So for all of those playing at home.
Yes.
So Tex-Mex, you're actually a German. Don't try to front it.
No, it's all good. No, just the beer styles.
If you're not a Nazi, you're a Jew. It's all good.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, so this is gonna have this is really fruity, malt wise, and it's gonna have some bread, a little toast in there. You know, so it's got more flavor than your regular yellow Mexican lager.
I do like that one.
I think for next year though, it's a little bit. I think we found that it was a little bit too much on. Is that too much flavor for people?
Little too.
Yeah, a little
malty?
Too malty and a little bit too much
For those
malt.
first timers, maybe. But
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what? It still finishes really clean. It's really nice. I mean,
It
goes
does have a
well
heavy.
with
It has a
fluid.
heavy malt in the center, but
It does, yeah. But it
to me,
finishes
it's delicious.
dry.
Yeah.
And it's only 4.5%.
You could have both.
It's a lot
I mean,
of
you
flavorful.
could, you could still do this in a Mexi and a light, you know, and just
Yeah, you could.
just ratchet back the malt a little
That's-
bit.
Yeah,
That's
and I
one-
think that's what we do.
That's one thing I have not seen craft brewers do yet is tag something as light. As far as like, I've never seen a coffee blonde, and then we have our coffee blonde light.
Coffee blonde's already late.
No, it's 4.8. It's not that light.
Well,
You can make a
Well, the
4.2
term light,
coffee
remember,
blonde.
the term light was brought about to reduce the calories.
Right,
And
I know.
Craft, correct me if I'm wrong, craft brewers don't give a shit about calories.
Right.
It's all flavor. There is no calorie. Oh shit, we got to get this one under 90 calories.
I'm just
for
saying,
the
I've never yet
per
seen a craft
ounce.
brewer use the term light.
Because they don't care about that. That's
Right.
all the original, macro brews were doing for that was, oh, we're going to make a flavorful light beer because people were worried about, because it came around when calories, but when the whole health craze and a lot of that, I still want to drink my beer, but I need something with less calories.
Tastes
so now
great,
I can drink two
less
beers.
filling.
Now I can drink 2 beers for the same calories as 1 beer.
mm-hmm.
Right?
So I think what you may notice though, it is used from a marketing standpoint. So there are beers out there that have the word light in them. I won't name them right now, and they could possibly be local, but
Really?
it was done on purpose.
I
I have a marketing friend of mine, and he is like, you should absolutely have a beer with the name Light in it. You know, if we were going for the railroad theme, it could be Yard Light. And just because the name Light is in there for non-craft beer people, they would order that beer because it has the word light in it. And in LIGHT.
From a straight marketing
From a
standpoint.
straight marketing standpoint and just like a consumer education, what am I familiar with? If I see the word light, I'm going to order
And
that.
as long as you do not put anything in your literature that it is a light beer,
Right, because Yard Light, that's just the name
just
of
a
the beer.
name.
That's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not trying
and you can't get
to
in trouble for false advertising.
Yeah, we're not trying
So-
to make it a light beer.
I have a beautiful thing here. So let's make an 8% beer and name it Yard Light, and then watch the lightweights try to drink it.
Hi, I'd like the Prince Igor Imperial Russian Stout Light.
It's only 15% alcohol.
Right, it's like the absence of light.
Oh, our bad. Did we not tell you that that was just the name? That didn't actually indicate it was a
Yeah.
light
Can
beer?
Well, no, you can make it golden color, and then people will be
There you
really,
go.
really hammered. That's the best.
Well, those are the ivory stouts and other things that come out. But
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen an imperial like Russian ivory stout or anything like that. Can you even do that? Based on I don't think you can even do that based on what the grain
You
bill
do
and
a
everything.
Star Wars theme instead of a lightsaber.
Wait,
Do
no,
a
but-
lightsaber.
Yeah, I'd like a Laplander dark, please.
Doesn't
You might
quite have the ring to it.
No,
does
I
it?
know, but yeah. So I really once we're off the mic, I'd like to know which craft brewers around did add the term light, and I want to look it up because I want to see if they did it from. You said they did it strictly for marketing purposes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It was not. They did not advertise this as a less calorie.
No,
beer.
no, that's not how it was.
Perfect.
But
Okay.
they knew that just by adding the word light, it was going to sell beer.
Everybody's trained to
That's what.
Although they're
everyone's
trained
for.
normally, it's the LITE, but
Right.
you know when you get a lot of
No, because Bud Light's LIGHT.
Is it?
Miller Lite's the only one that has LITE.
Yeah,
but I
they have
drink-
it.
but I
That's I
drink
think
Miller
it's a
trademark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I drank Miller products.
I know. So did I. So that just made me think of a good topic show at some point. Old beer slogans.
Ooh.
That'd be a
Yeah, I
fun
like
beer
that.
show.
That was a whole. Oh yeah, that's going to be a lot of research though.
Not really. I mean,
I don't remember that many beer slogans because it was
really. You don't?
Budweiser and
I can think of
Miller.
Taste of the Rockies. Busch Light Draft was it was like from the river or something. You know,
You gotta
they
remember,
would just like
I
pull it
didn't
out.
drink beer in my younger days. I didn't actually like beer.
Neither did I.
My first time ever getting
No, I
drunk,
didn't, seriously.
Yeah, my first time ever getting drunk was in Hawaii, and my brother got me drunk because my parents were away, and I thought I could party with the big boys. So I'm 14 years
I thought you were
old.
going to say he took advantage of you.
No,
That's what I was waiting for too.
I thought I could party with the big boys, so I drank a 40 and a six pack of Budweiser, and I'm 14 years old.
You drank
And
a
almost-
40
and a six pack,
and a 6-pack?
and I almost died that night.
40 of oldie.
God only knows. Couldn't tell you. It was a 40.
It was probably oldie.
Who cares? But it was whatever my brother got. And all
8-ball,
them, yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah, it was awful. And I didn't touch beer again
This stuff is
until
so bad.
I didn't touch beer again. God, for probably another 10 years. I hated beer. Beer was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was horrible. That's why I stuck strictly to the hard liquor for from age 16 to 25.
Right. I don't blame you.
Yeah, no. So I don't. That's why I don't remember them.
I didn't like
There'll
beer.
be research
I didn't
for
like
me.
beer going into college. I was the social chairman for our fraternity. I mean, go figure.
Wow.
Yeah. Busch Light Draft. I acquired a taste for it, and then
Wait,
there
where
was
that?
Chimay Red.
You were up north. Okay.
Yeah, I was at Purdue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to drink everyone cute then.
I haven't had a Chimay Red. I never had a Chimay Red.
What?
No, never.
Seriously.
What can I say?
I've never had Chimay Red.
I was about to say, yeah, neither have I.
What?
Oh, we know what's happening next time we're
gosh,
here.
dude, I'm gonna have Chimay Red for you guys next time. You gotta.
I like Chimay. Chimay's actually a decent beer.
It's
I'm okay with it.
really good.
Yeah, but I've never had a Chimay Red. I don't think I've ever had a Chimay. I've just had a regular, whatever the
Which
regular
one did
Chimay
you have?
is.
Well, there's
It's
blue,
been a while.
there's red, and there's white.
Probably the white. I think I had
Oh,
a
that's
Chimay
their
white.
triple.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, you're just not messing with me here.
No,
No.
not at all.
Oh, okay.
No. I also grew up, but my dad, what beer I did have even growing up, I used to sneak beers apparently a lot as a kid, but it was all German stuff. My family was, because we
Right.
lived in Germany, so I grew up on more German beers.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, are you going to ever do like a Dunkel or anything?
Man, that's funny you should ask that.
Please tell me there's a Dunkel back here in
No,
one of
there
these.
isn't. But for the fall, yes, we're looking
Sweet.
at doing a Munich Dunkel, not a Dunkel Weiss.
Okay, I think it'll still be.
I'm not a Dunkel Weiss guy. Mitch
I like
isn't either.
Dunkels.
We're more on the Munich Dunkel.
Okay, I'm more of a Dunkel Weiss, but
Okay.
I'll be happy
Well,
still with
see,
a
I
Munich
mean, it's
Dunkel.
just like I would. I don't want the clove and banana to get in the way of my nice malty.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
I
what I'm
gotcha.
saying? Yeah. And I don't want all that wheat there either.
But they're very refreshing. If you do it right, they're very good.
They're good.
Clean.
No, I totally agree with you.
No, any
Weihenstephaner-
Dunkel, both of them. Yeah,
the
Weihenstephaner
Weihenstephaner
Dunkel.
Oh, man,
that's good
yeah.
stuff.
It is good. It's tasty.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
Actually, we weren't there. Blood, Sweat, and we did Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Backstep Brewery actually does a real. They're one of their first few beers. They made a Dunkel.
Oh,
that
nice.
was just spectacular.
I
in my opinion.
I think I've met those guys, but
Yeah.
I have not had their beer yet. I've heard it's really
Very good. Yeah, they're doing good. Yeah, well, I think we've got a show coming up a couple weeks. I think actually with them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. See if I can get you. I'm probably going to bring back a growler of the Dunkel if they at least have it. So
Okay.
yeah, that'll be good.
Nice.
Jordan, what are you researching?
I just wanted to look up a couple beer slogans real quick because we talked about it. Some of these I didn't know. Blatt's slogan was "How Mother and Baby Picked Up."
What?
Wow.
What the hell does that mean?
In other words, how the baby was born.
That's an odd way to put it. How mother and baby picked
Schlitz,
up.
the beer that made Milwaukee famous.
Yeah.
Red Stripe, Hooray Beer.
Well, yeah, we
Yep,
knew that
that's a
one.
good one.
Hooray, beer.
Carlsberg, probably the best beer in the world.
When was the last time you had a Red Stripe? Carlsberg is good.
I like Red Stripe.
Last time I had Carlsberg, I was in China. It was actually in a little mini keg at a Chinese spa.
Nice. What was going on at the spa?
There was a show going on.
Oh.
I was having my
At
feet
the
massaged.
spa?
Yeah. It's a Chinese spas are very weird. I'm not going to go into the stuff that happened earlier because it was awkward. But it's literally like
You're still paying for it.
multi-tiered, and you go through. I still have nightmares. It was a little awkward, but like literally, you like go in and you bathe and you shower, and then you put on some loose-fitting clothes they give you, and then we went and played poker and pool with a bunch of us, and then we went and had some food, and then we went up to a big giant show, and it's like a Vegas show up there. It was very awkward because they're like weird Chinese versions of Disney characters and things happening on the stage. I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, but it was pretty interesting. It was good that I was sick too, and on some medicine because it just looked even trippier.
Oh, nice.
There were pretty lights everywhere.
So here's the last two I have on my list. Colt 45. It works every time.
It's a good slogan, dude.
Wasn't that what Lando?
Was that Billy D. Williams?
Yeah, wasn't that
Yeah,
Lando?
Billy D.
He's never Billy D. He's Lando. He will forever be Lando.
And then Schaefer. It's the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Schaefer? What the hell was Schaefer beer?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was.
Where was Schaefer out of?
Schaefer probably had to be Milwaukee or.
Was Schaefer Milwaukee?
Was it?
I do not ever remember a
East
beer
Coast
called
beer.
Schaefer. Weird.
That's a good slogan, though.
Yeah, I like it.
I do like it. Yeah, that was just...
Because we should do that we should do the bad slogan show along with the bad beer name show.
Do you remember back in the 80s when every brewing company had a dog as their freaking...
Yep. Red Dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had Alex from Stroh's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who was the other one?
Spuds.
Spuds
Spuds
McKenzie.
McKenzie.
Had to have that.
Dude.
I hate those dogs. Those dogs are
Dogs.
crazy.
For some reason,
Sell.
Tone Loc just popped in my head because he names them all off in the
Does he really?
Funky Cole Medina
Funky Cole
song.
Medina.
Yeah, he
Does he really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty
I
funny.
don't think I ever actually listened to the lyrics of that enough to pay attention.
because all the dogs in my neighborhood at my house got Alex from Stroh's, Spuds McKenzie.
You know what?
Oh,
Honestly, I swear to
yeah.
God, I've never actually listened to the content of the lyrics. I could probably recite it, but I never really put any
Yeah, he lists off
Yeah,
all the
you heard
comprehension
about
to it.
That's awesome.
because he fed his dog the Funky Cole Medina, and then all the dogs came to his house to get laid.
Yeah, there you go.
You have far too much
That's-
knowledge of
that-
1980s.
I
hip-hop.
do. It's
It's impressive.
No, it's not. No,
I don't know why
not
it
at all.
just popped in my head like that, but I think it was the way he said Spuds McKenzie. He's had that Tone Loc voice to him, and it
Me?
just popped in my head. No,
Oh.
Tex-Mex.
I was like, what?
No, not
He's much closer to a Tone Loc than you, sir.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. I'd agree with that.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. We'll leave that one. We'll leave that one for the radio listeners.
Love
It's a
your
good thing we're
love-
not on TV.
Love your face for radio.
Right.
All right, guys. We got anything else we want to try, or what do we want to hit?
I don't know.
We're coming up to the end of it.
All right.
We've been
Is there
having a lot
something we
of
haven't
fun.
tried yet? Brian, what else you got up there, buddy? We haven't
What,
tried
or
yet.
what do you got coming up?
Oh, yeah, what
I
do you
mean,
have-
when you
what
were
do you
at
have in
Rock
the
the
tanks?
Junction, you were talking about some sort of like hibiscus,
Oh, wait a minute. Yes.
lavender.
All right, talk
Stripper-
amongst yourselves.
stripper
the topic
tears.
is colored audio cords.
Yes.
I'm
Talk
overclamped.
about yourselves.
All
so,
right.
so now that he's gone,
Apparently, we're getting
No, he's
something
gonna-
special here.
Brian's going to start taking wireless headphones with him so he can
Is
hear
this
when we're
like
talking to him.
Is this like the balsamic vinegar or whatever? we're
Yes,
getting?
yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. Remember, we're still recording.
Not
so
vinegar. No, I didn't mean to say vinegar. Balsamic
It
something.
was balsamic something, but usually when you hear balsamic,
Balsamic, I finish it with vinegar.
this
Yes.
should be the MILF something.
Yes, the balsamic MILF.
No pussy. Oh, I think of vinegar. I think of a douche. Summer's
That's
Eve.
where I was going. Hold on. Is this beer called Summer's Eve?
It is a summer evening. Wow. Okay. Now that part we have to edit out.
No, we don't. We don't have to edit anything out. It's Brian's fault
I
for
don't care.
leaving.
I don't care if you talked about me bad.
No. Is
Oh,
this
yeah.
the balsamic thing?
Oh, no. Actually, that's
That's
ship
the
has
other
sailed.
one.
So
What happened to the balsamic?
Well, no, yeah. So
what
let
was
me
the
explain
balsamic
this.
thing?
Yeah. So this is it's called the Summer Break Series.
Hold on. So when we were talking while you were going, sorry, when you hear the word balsamic, you think vinegar, and then he's thinking
Of course.
MILF Stout, and then he goes on with Summer Breeze. Did they name the beer Summer
Eve?
Breeze? Summer's Eve. Yes.
Summer's Eve. Yeah. Oh boy. No, we didn't name it
Okay.
Summer's Eve.
Okay.
But that would have been very funny. It was only going to be around for a week. No, I'm totally serious on that, but it worked really well. So we didn't bother.
How do you describe it? It's fresh.
Very refreshing.
Summer's Eve. We
it's
serve
fresh.
it 1 week a month.
Yeah, 1 week a month.
When you got that not so fresh feeling of a Summer's Eve.
Summer's Eve, yeah. Excellent. It'll clean you from the inside out.
That's why we can't have nice things, boys. Shit like that.
Right.
That's why people.
All right,
That's
so
why people. hate
Anyway,
us.
What is this, Brian? What
So
you got?
thanks for reminding me. This
Sorry.
is the summer break series. So we started on Memorial Day weekend,
Right.
and it's 15 weeks.
Okay.
And we are doing a new beer every week. So
Right.
the strawberry balsamic that you're referring to, we did that the first week.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Okay.
Last week we had the
Is it strawberry rhubarb balsamic or just a strawberry?
no, strawberry balsamic.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we had the orange creamsicle last week.
Okay.
And this is the boysenberry peach.
Ooh.
So boysenberries, they're kind of tart. You can
don't care.
probably
The
get
nose
that
on
in the
that is
aroma.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wait till
Yeah.
you taste it.
Yeah,
you
put
can
it in your
taste
mouth.
you can taste a lot of peach.
You'll like-
He
you'll-
almost didn't let us have this.
You like it. You like it in your
He's
mouth.
holding out on us.
Sorry,
So what? This is a boysenberry peach.
boysenberry peach.
Switch it around a little bit.
It's called the Summer's Eve.
Just hold it in there.
Oh, it's a peach. It's a little furry.
That's what I hear
There's some
about.
fuzz. There's a little fuzz on it.
Yep. It's soft though.
We could eat a peach for hours.
Days if you fucking get me going. Little blue pill, man.
I'll raise a glass to that.
There you go.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to the what movie was that? Damn it! I know the movie.
What? Face Off?
There you go. Face Off. That's awesome.
That was really
Actually,
good.
That's really good.
There was a lot of peach in that, and I liked it.
There was.
Yeah, we needed that to balance out the boysenberry was.
I'll be
It's-
honest.
it's
I don't
aggressive.
taste the boysenberry in it.
Oh really?
Here's my thing: is I probably at this point don't know what a boysenberry truly tastes like.
Right.
I think there's
I
a lot
said
of
that.
people in that camp.
Right, and that's the hard part on some of these fruit beers. You have no sense of reference.
Right.
It'd be almost interesting to have like boysenberries with serve a couple
yeah.
boysenberries and a peach, and a little side
Yeah,
dish.
then
with,
I
so
might.
you
Yeah,
could-
because I mean, boysenberry is
take,
not
you know-
something you usually go to the grocery store and say, "Hey, I need some grapes, cherries. Oh, some boysenberries. I'll take those home."
Right.
Well, if you're doing like a beer school, because I think have you guys done a beer school
Yeah.
before?
we have not.
No,
Oh,
not
you
yet.
didn't do it
okay.
at Allie's?
Because-
Oh no
yeah,
no.
'cause-
Oh yes, we've
But
done
you know what I mean? Yeah.
several there.
Yeah,
yes,
but like
right.
like when you do beer schools like that, I like some of those schools that let you associate what it is. They bring in, okay, here's a thing of vanilla, here's this, smell it, make sure, and then you can actually understand some of the notes. They do that with wine tastings too. Usually,
Oh, yeah, sure.
They bring in, usually like this big box of looks like a spice rack, but it helps you to start associate that because again. I like it, but again, I don't know. I like the peach, and I don't know where the boysenberry starts because I have no frame of reference for a boysenberry.
This
I have a frame of reference for like a raspberry or all the other one, a blueberry, no problem.
Pat.
So-
This so makes me want them to name something the MILF Stout and then bring it to beer school.
Oh,
I just gonna let you know that right now,
Okay.
so he can bring the MILFs in and let us smell them first to get our frame of reference before we
Dude.
drink the beer.
I'm just throwing this out there, but I feel a collaboration coming on.
Well, yeah, because then he can blame. That's true. Then he can blame it on us.
Exactly.
And then I could let you guys name it, and then we're off the hook. It's
Exactly.
like,
Blind pig.
man,
All liability falls on us.
The Blind Pig MILF Stout, and then you'd have no. Yeah, you'd be like, no, sorry, those guys are just assholes.
Yep. I mean, what can we say?
that really is good.
No, this is awesome. This is really
Well,
good.
so
It's
so
refreshing and
the boysenberry it's kind of like how you get that real tartness from a red raspberry.
Yeah.
You know how it can kind of be
Okay.
sort of bitter if you have too much of it, or like even the seeds in there.
Yes.
So the boysenberry has some of those qualities as well as like a blackberry quality. So you take a blackberry and a
Okay.
red raspberry and you sort of mash those together and you get this really tart
Okay.
berry
All
that's it's basically a deep purple color.
No, and I know I've seen them. I've seen like a boysenberry. I know I've had
But
a
they're
boysenberry
extremely
like
tart.
pie.
Like the finish of this is really it's tart and kind of has a little bit of bitterness to it. That's the boysenberry.
But I taste
the biggest part of it. I taste is peach.
And that's in the middle.
That's right at the middle. I thought the bitter I was getting was from whatever hops you threw into it.
Right.
Nope.
But that's the
from
boysenberry.
Yeah.
See, that
makes sense
That helps.
then,
Yeah.
Because I couldn't place
And
the
the
hop.
berry is
I
like
couldn't place
right
the
at
hop.
the end.
Yes.
The berry is in the finish.
But as much as it's in the finish, it doesn't linger. That's what I.
Yeah, and it is crisp, right?
It's
and
very
crisp.
Yeah,
and it
abrupt
just
and-
it finishes off. Right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's the blueberry one stays around a little longer. Like I
It
keep
does.
the blueberry taste, but
Right.
that one, the
Yep.
boysenberry and all the peach is gone. The peach is right in the middle.
Yep.
I thought that was a
And
hop.
that's where the tartness from the
And that's great.
boysenberry just like helps it, just cuts it off.
definitely
Kind of like putting a little bit of the lemon in the blueberry.
Right. Yep.
What's
Just
the
to
base?
get that different finish on
What's
it.
the base on this you're running off? Is this
It's the blonde.
The blonde.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, and all these they're all the blonde. So next week on Friday, or this coming Friday, we have cherry creamsicle.
That's different.
Yep.
That one will be different. I like the orange. I haven't had cherry creamsicle, but cherry's never been my favorite.
Well, it's one of those polarizing flavors.
Yeah.
You're either on the hey, this all tastes like cough syrup camp, or man, I really love cherries.
Well, it also depends on how you use the cherry. Did you roll with the straight up tartness of the cherry, or
no,
the
we actually
fruitiness of the
use
cherry?
black and sour cherries together, so you have some of the sweetness and some of the sour.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are some beers out there that do taste straight up like Robitussin.
Yes.
From
Yeah.
the aforementioned brewery we talked about earlier.
They're actually literally
they had a
called
couple
red.
of Robitussin.
Yeah, it's the
beers.
flavor tastes like red.
call it scissor.
It's just like NyQuil.
Yeah,
Red.
that's what
NyQuil
I
has
said.
NyQuil has no flavors. It has red and green.
Red and green.
Yeah, that's why I said the first time I went to that particular
Yeah.
brewery, I drank the cherry beer, and I'm like, well, nope, that's seriously. They just poured me a glass of Robitussin.
Yeah, but my cough is great right now.
Right. Yep. No phlegm. I'm good. Wow.
Oh, I'm really glad we hit this last one.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm
thanks,
glad
guys.
we were bringing. I'm glad I brought up the balsamic thing, and
You're
and
keeping
you
me
guys-
honest here.
Hey, I'm trying. We're
Yep.
trying to get your stuff out there, man. It's not just us being
I try to
funny.
be humble.
It's not just us being funny.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but that's
Funny
what our
looking.
audience expects, though. You know, if we just had a completely serious show and we sound like a bunch of beer snobs sitting around the table, they wouldn't. They wouldn't
Nobody
listen.
would listen.
They
No,
would
they just
absolutely
wouldn't
not.
do it.
No, absolutely not.
They'd be
They
like,
don't, they don't listen now, but you know.
No, you know.
Well, yeah. At least there's some funny parts.
Hey.
No, wait. We're big in
Mexico, Lebanon,
We're big in other
Indonesia.
countries.
and the Jewish population love
Yep.
me, so you know we're good.
we're big
Nice.
in we're big in Germany. We're like Hasselhoff.
Ah, there you go.
All right, guys.
Absolutely.
Another good show.
Absolutely.
4 Day Ray.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys,
Brian.
for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it again.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for sitting
All
with
right.
us. And we'll see you. Cheers, right?
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Adios.
There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. My baby goes that night and stays till the morning comes.